Good morning. We're going to talk about watercolors today and basically just how to treat your palette really right, so you don't mess up any of our colors and stuff. So I have my watercolor palette, my different colors, my little different pots of, or like jars of peanut butter and jelly, if you will. And I have a few other things. I have my paper that I'm going to paint on, and I have some newspaper underneath it, just in case it gets a little messy. And then I have paper towel, which I will definitely be using, a little tub of water to clean up my brush, and then I have two brushes actually. So I have one flat brush, because if you touch this part right here, it's flat and also looks nice and flat here, and then a round brush, which is, if you kind of twist it in your hand, you can feel that it goes round all the way around. This one, if you twist it, you could feel that it's like flat from side to side. And you can experiment with these both today to see what they're like and what they do. So first things first, these are watercolors, so I need water if I'm going to use them. And if you remember from the video that I did with my dad, you really got to look at what's going on with your brush, and like got to be aware of how much paint is on there and how much water's on there too. To bring these guys to life, we do have to get them a little bit wet. So we need to add a little water, which we can do. So I'll start with just dipping my brush into water, and I feel like playing with the orange today. So I can come in here and kind of wet it up a little bit, and that's fine, okay? Now, what I don't want to do is I do not want to drench this in water, because it just kind of ruins it. It just messes with the paint, and I might end up like losing paint or wasting it if I add too much water. So you just kind of like, less is more. You just do a little bit at a time. If it starts to get dry again, that's fine. You just add a little bit more water. So I can come in, and now I have some orange paint on my brush, and I can kind of experiment and do whatever I want. Okay, and then I'm good. And then say I feel like adding some green now, right? Well, I still have orange on my brush. So what I need to do is I need to clean off my brush, obviously. And then here's a really, really important part. I want you to use your paper towel to actually check if there's any more paint still on that brush. And I could see that there really isn't. So now I know I can go into my green and grab some so I don't contaminate my green color. I'm really big about not contaminating other colors, because if I keep just going from color to color, what eventually will happen is that I contaminate my colors, and then they just become mud. They don't become these like beautiful, vibrant colors. It's just like, it's awful. It just becomes mud. So I can I'll grab my round brush again and wet it, and look at it, make sure my brush isn't like dripping with water. It's just got a little water in there, and that's fine. I can even kind of dab it off if I feel like there's too much. And I can kind of go in and grab some green. And you just wet it a little bit. Get some paint on the brush. And look at your brush and see if there's too much paint on there or not enough. You know? And then I can kind of go in, do a little heart, or something like that. Okay, and just play around with the colors. Very, very fun. Now, if I don't feel like doing any of these colors and I kind of want to mix my own colors, that's totally fine. That's what this side of the palette is for. So say I really like the color teal. So for that, I know I need like blue and green, so I can mix that stuff over here. So I can grab some green and put it right here. Okay. And then I want some blue, so I wash out my brush, wash it out, check it to make sure that there's no color still on it. Ah, I'm good. And add some blue. A little bit of a teal color. Now, this is not like tealish enough for me. I want to add more blue, but now I've kind of contaminated my brush, so I go in, I wash it, check it again. That one actually still had like plenty of green on there. I'm going to clean it again. Now it's clean, so I can go in and add a little more blue. Okay, there you go. Oh yeah, baby. Nice stuff. Okay, and let's see how this color looks. If it's too dark and I want to lighten it up, I can actually add more water to here. If you want to lighten up a color, that's the trick that you're going to have to use, is you just add more water to it to make it lighter. Ah, there you go. Very nice and light. Okay. Alright, now, when I am done with the day, and I'm ready to clean up, I'm going to do a couple things. Okay, so first, it's very easy to just clean off my brush in here and dab it off. But I do have a bucket at the front of the room that you could kind of rinse off your brushes in. What I would like you to do, though, is give your brush a nice wash in the sink, just real quick in the sink, because that's fresh, clean water. And when you're done, you take the little hairs on the brush and you give it a spiky hairdo. And then you make sure to store it brushy side up, okay, or bristle side up. Because if I store it like this, downwards, I'm going to bend the bristles, and then when I come back to it the next day, it's going to be all slanted like that, or like even worse. And my mom's done that to me before too. She thought she was being nice and like helping me clean my brushes, but she actually messed them up because she stored them wrong. I love you, Mom, but you stored them wrong. So make sure they're bristle side up. Okay, and then over here, your palette, you're going to make sure to take some paper towel and clean this all out. It's very simple, actually. Wet paper towel will clean it for you. And I probably forgot to mention something about cleaning or some sort of little tip, so I'll probably remind you during class, but that's about it. And then we go back and store everything at their little stations.